It fake. But he's 17 years when he didn't go to school and became a waiter. A few days later, left home. His parents called to look for daughter. Within 2 weeks, found out he had escaped to a friend's. The police found him and handed over to his parents. But 1 year later, on August 24th, he found a job and left again. His parents called the police, but the police searched for a month and found no of him. Yilisha's father sent a letter to Yilisha that said that he was with his parents and wanted to with his friends. So he moved to another 2 hours away. He is health. He also warned his family not to come to him, otherwise he would leave Adalai. His parents knew that the note was Yilisha. He thought Yilisha might have joined an anti-religious organization, because Yilisha mentioned an organization, but it's not clear. But at time, Yilisha was already 18 years old. She was an adult, and don't know she should wash, or have I can know is that Elisabeth is still alive. I'm very confused. Why Elisabeth sent her child home, but she went home. But anyway, Yusuf and Miss still accepted this granddaughter to home. Until a year later, on a late night, Yusuf found another little girl then. Mother Rose answered a phone call that said that was left there. The person opened and Rose knew that it. 3 years later, they came to 1997. In the same way, the third child appeared. This time it's a 15-month-old boy. At the beginning, 1 or 2, they both thought they could take in, but as went by, they never showed up. They felt very strange, but they couldn't help it, so that's time came to April 19th. The girl's is very bad. She is in coma. They have took to the hospital for treatment. The girl's symptoms are very strange. Her immune system is almost dead and has severe malnutrition. Even her teeth are almost gone. The doctor determined that she is lacking calcium and vitamin D. She may not have been sunbathing. The hospital thinks that this girl's condition is very strange. I don't know her parents are. After reading provided the informed. 24 years later, police reopened the Elisabeth. They explained the symptoms and the situation, and to act. But Elisa stood by and kept silent until the police came to her away and asked her. She said, "If you can guarantee that my child and will see Joseph again, I will tell you the truth." The police assured her that there was problem. The 2 hours, Elisa said that she embarrassed. In August 28th, when Elisabeth was found missing, not only Joseph was at home expanding the basement, Elisabeth was resting at. Joseph asked Elisabeth to him move the basement door. After Elisabeth's help, the crazy Joseph actually with a hidden towel until Elisabeth lost consciousness. Joseph locked in the basement. This was the 24th, and before Elisabeth was locked up, Joseph would go to the basement almost in addition to taking care of the garbage. The real purpose was to Elisabeth made her shamelessly pregnant, but when Elisabeth was only 11 years, she was raped by Joseph's crime was far more that in 1967 Joseph was raped a 24-year-old nurse husband when he was also arrested and jailed for 18 months according to local law in the criminal record. Well, after 15 years, that's because Joseph no criminal record on Joseph has never been. In 1980, Joseph had this underground plan. He asked the relevant departments to break the basement, and Elisabeth when she's 17 years to escape from father. But being found, she was to her father. In the years, Elisabeth was forced to have 7 children. The first child was in 1986, but this child was born on August 30th. First child, Christine, she was in 19 years. She had seen the sun. Now she is. The Times saw that he was already the city of on February 1st. Elisabeth gave to second child, Stephen. On August 29th, third child, Lisa, born. Under Elisabeth, Joseph left this child in the house. On April 28th, Elisabeth gave to a pair of twins. One of them died 3 days. At this time, they had become very crowded. Joseph again expanded the 35 square foot dungeon to 55 square foot. However, he that kind, he only how to thee and his children little. If they don't listen, he will punish cutting water, electricity, and food. Looks like over 60-old Joseph is getting bored. Once he left is almost a month, and then Joseph's family went to Thailand for almost a month, and Yelisha and the kids were the basement for a month. It's hard to imagine that they would in such an environment. Before the incident was Joseph originally had a plan to all the kids, and then the excuse was that Yelisha ran the kids in the shoe rack so that family could live together if it Christie. Maybe it's really like what said Joseph died. Christine's illness would be cured. He couldn't handle an adult's body, so he sent to hospital. And all this was when his Rose, on trip abroad, that is to Elisabeth's mother, Rose, these 24 years, did not know that her person on a criminal, her daughter, she would never thought that the daughter, she was actually in her basement. The police arrested Joseph, immediately came to the basement and entered the basement. Is a 500 kilograms weight-bearing door. It's almost impossible to open. It's beyond imagination. If you want a room close to the children's room, you need go through 5 lockers first. Then there is a secret passage to the basement. There is similar to the room. It has kitchen, bathroom, and desk. Keep going. There is a narrow passage. There are 2 bedrooms. It's the children's sleep. It's noting that the height of is only 170 centimeters. One of his life. In 2009, on March 19th, after 4 days of trial, Joseph admitted to murder and the slavery. In 2008, June 8th, Christine finally from and was receiving continuous treatment. She gradually recovered her. All the children were to the dark and closed doors. As the is, or the lights off, they will be in the dark. In 2009, trial, Elisabeth and the move to a village inn. To them healthy and recover. Maybe they need a long time to heal those stayed in dungeon. And Yusuf is still alive.